14 points, but it might be all over. CRR in trouble. Macwood from a distance, hunting rifle in hand, and he's trying to have it, collect up a couple of eliminations. The fact is, though, CRR cannot get a break, and that was not the play. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Maybe break through the builds. Didn't work out. But either way, though, he has a chance to pick up one of his teammates, even though one has dropped off. So 2 is better than only 1. He goes for it. Lasered, 54 health. He can't even pop a mini at this point. And Eclipse is not making their life easy, but he does get a couple of tags. CRR continues to face adversity and try to end up ahead, but the job's not over just yet.
CRR is going to have to use a pad of mobility to hopefully that the rest of the lobby is focused on the people rotating from the water, and that is, just gets away. I mean, now it's going to be a solo show for CRR, and he did really well in the Fortnite Invitational, finishing 13th. So let's see if he can do well, as Clix is just vibing as he always does. And we saw a tweet from Macwood saying that he promises to keep Clix into the fight, and when Clix is engaged, he's going to be super dangerous. And as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's just straight vibing because he knows he has a great position going on for the rest of the fight.
Oh, yeah, he's chilling, right? And you know what? Clix was in this position before. Think about game 1 when he took over that high ground. Ended up falling a little bit earlier than expected, especially if you look at his positioning. Illis, look at Paper, though. Picks up Funk Bomb once again. He goes down 72 hours as well. Nate Hill does fall cease, able to pick that up. Hugely beneficial, but X-Set, unfortunately, now is starting to fall. Not what you want if you are a fan of the X-Set boys, but hopefully they will get more points than they did before. Game 1, they were only able to get 0, so not where they wanted to be, not where I expected them to be, but the half and half is here, and it looks like one full squad and a solo is going to be in it. So a lot of rotations are about to go down. As about 35 seconds, the Storm starts to move.
What a smart rotation from Macwood and Clix, knowing that CRR is all by himself, so they're going to be able to try to save as much mobility as possible. And now they're looking back into it, looking to turn and burn and get these tags, as the rest of the lobby's having to use their pads, considering that circle, as you mentioned, Reflections pulled so heavily. And here comes the tags trying to catch these gliders out the air, and nothing yet for Macwood, as now it is too much. It is swarming in, so now he's gonna have to turtle up and look for an opportunity to make the rest of the rotate here. As you see, the rest of the lobby's down underneath, and Clix and Calc are still looking pretty, and they have Bizzle, Mega, and Dub sitting underneath. And Nosh and Riverson Zypha, they did really well. They're in our top 3 contention.
They did.
Looking for those gliders as well. And Nick A30 is in his squad, are doing the late rotation, don't get any tags. And there's one more squad, Reflection, that's out of the zone, and it's going to be very dangerous. Here it is. It's actually Chap, Booga, and Avery who are sitting out in the water, and Miro picks up Booga. So now it's up to Chap, and Chap goes down, and now it's Avery all by himself, because he saw that it was very dangerous, that stalemate they had in the water, their Reflection, that actually cost him here on this rotation.
I know his name is Chap Don't Care, and from him just casually gliding down, getting lasered, maybe he doesn't. That is unfortunate for him. Luckily, he is still up. He has the opportunity to get res. I know his teammates are right beside him, but that was a vicious turn of events. Macwood looking to take the head off of Emad. Having a couple of others up ahead. RPG goes through, only going to break a couple of bills. That was a good stare in order to kind of soak up the damage. But like you said, man, a lot of contention taking place. It's good to see, though, a lot of our top 5 teams, top 10 teams are still around.
What a big pull from E-Man Commandment. They actually pulled Circle, and they have the ability to hold this height. This is going to be a very bad situation for Clix right there, who's second from height. They were kind of jockeying right there, but the Circle favored Emad and his crew, and they all have to do is just stay up there and hold it. And like I said, in trios, you have the, what I like to call the height stamina. You have the necessary materials. You have everything that you need in a trio group to hold it. And I think they're looking very pretty, and let's see how they play this rotation here as we go into our first full rotation circle of 6.
Already Clix airborne, trying to do what he did in game number 1, trying to take over that high ground. Unfortunately, misses the build, so a high-risk play nets him down to 31 HP. Luckily, he has some minis and half pots to take, but still, he doesn't want to be using them this early on. Still 40 players remain, so dropping here would be hugely detrimental. A lot of players to take down. Emad, it's basically skeet shooting. He's just going to be looking on, trying to get that damage, still with the high ground. Everybody else trying to rotate in. I see it, the tarping over, but that's a lot of mats being used.
That's good. They're good. They're sitting pretty. They're going to go ahead and tarp over everything. All they have to do is hold it and make sure the shockwave doesn't come up as Macwood and Clicks actually take height right behind. That was the second team for height jockeying as Mega and Bizzle lost dubs, but that is right here, right now. They're going to be able to hold it as much as possible. As you see, Macwood and Calc and Clicks were able to take it away from them. So they almost had it there, Reflections. If they would have held on to the height, EMAD, they had it, but Clicks and his crew made the right play and they took it from him. And I haven't heard the shockwave launcher yet, as we're on board here with Miro and his first place team here with Reverse 2K, who are still on their feet.
On their feet, but for how long? That storm is deadly. Bizzle getting tagged up. Dubs is already out. Megan now trying to compliment Bizzle if he can. But that Storm Surge is tagging. HP is going down. Now everybody's going to get desperate, especially Mega Right. I mean, he is getting tagged up, and he knows he needs a couple of hits. He is able to secure at least one. That's going to put him 90 above, so he's going to be feeling okay for the time being. But still, the tags continue to come in, and a lot of these players are not comfortable. Mega, he is now 60 above, but he doesn't feel as comfortable there. He wants to get a couple more.
4 more people need to fall for the Storm Surge to stop. It is doing some major damage on this rotation. And as you've seen right now, everybody is scrambling to get together to reset their builds. As replays at Nikkei 30's team are doing really well, and Edgy picks up a scoped and assault. So that team is clicking on all cylinders at the right time as we're on board with Reverse 2K. And they're right now sitting on this outside of the rotation, and they're doing their best to survive as Mega, Dubs, and Bizzle fall down. And that is it for Storm Surge.
Storm Surge now out. No worries there anymore. Mega's going to fall alongside that of Replay's Jamper. Miro sees a ton of bodies are dropping, and AV is making it happen alongside that of Synth. And AV actually gets 3 as 3 players will fall. Synth will pick up Miro, and it looks as if that kill feed is all Synthed as well as AV. Bucky will fall. Creo 2, a team that did very well in game number 1, now looks to fall a little bit earlier than expected. ICV picking up Creo, and that team should be out of the way. Only 17 players remain, where just moments before we were at 30.
Great layer for Keys Slacks that they have right now. They are second from height, yes, but height is not focusing on them as Illis, Keys, and Slack are racking up E-limbs by just editing down and picking apart everybody ultimate low. People like Arkham are in danger from the second height. For some reason, height is not picking on Keys and Slacks as they are now making their way. Their focus is now turning, but Keys and Slacks and Illis did some great eliminations right there. So Macwood and Clicksync, Young Cow have control of this lobby, and I've still yet to see, as there it is, the danger from height picks on second height. So Reflections, you do not want to stay on second height that long, because eventually height gets wise and picks on you from above.
It absolutely does. No, look at Slack. He ends up falling. Commandment as well. And that is a team that was absolutely a powerhouse coming into this series. Shark in a lot of trouble getting tagging up. Emad up top. Macwood too with that high ground. But is it going to work? We have seen high ground plays not work for the best. Some people love that low ground. One benefit about it, though, is the fact that he has a couple more builds, but he's out, and no! Cease or Calc will also fall. Synth did too. And actually, I think Illist and Co. have a real chance here.
And they have a real chance, but Macwood sent the split, and Arkham is all by himself. But what a great split from Macwood as Team Exit is still fighting, and Macwood's on height. He doesn't have any heals, so he has to hope that Clicks causes so much damage downstairs. With Team Exit, it's up to Macwood to kind of control height, and they do. What a smart play to split, and Clicks and Calc do the damage.